Welcome to Motivational Moment. I am Coach Rosa Smith-Montanaro, your training and workshop coordinator with RochesterWorks. As you know, I love to meet with you weekly with these short little coaching sessions to keep you motivated, inspired, and on track, right? You know, this time in our lives, if you've been working with me at RochesterWorks, we love seeing you. We're here to support you. You certainly aren't in this alone, but we're here to help you through that job transition, through, maybe career change, through starting that business, through those bumps in life where we're like, I need a little hand holding, a little push, a little encouragement. That's what we're here for. So I have a series I've started on minimizing stress during the holidays. And we all know how stressful the holidays are anyway. But if you're in the midst of a change, a transition, it can be a lot more stressful. So this week's coaching little tip session is on creating new traditions. Creating new traditions. I love this topic because often what's happening when you are in a transition, as you know, we've all been there. Our finances are maybe not optimal, right? Our time is, sometimes we have time on our hands, but then we're busy doing a job search because it's a job, finding a job. We feel more fragmented, and maybe we just can't do some of the things that we wanted to do or used to do. Or we just thought we should be doing. And instead, why not just hit pause and say, this is one chapter of my life. I'm going to use this chapter, as challenging as it is, to better myself, to do something that I can turn back and say, wow, that was a cool thing that I started during a difficult time. And it's creating maybe a new habit, a new tradition, something that is a little bit different for you. And so I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm going to use my own life as an example. I have been through very challenging times. I have been there with massive financial stress and, lots of life challenges during the holidays. And I have done everything I'm teaching you, and and I've done it with my clients. So I know this is doable. I'm not asking you to do something I wouldn't have done myself or haven't done. One of my favorite things I've done is I started a tradition with my nieces that originally was crafting with Aunt Rosa. It's been cooking with Aunt Rosa, crafting with Aunt Rosa. We've done all kinds of things over the years, but it was born out of this limitation I had where, I have my wonderful nieces and nephews, and I don't have like crazy amounts of money to buy expensive gifts. And I'm the kind of person that likes to buy like nice gifts and spend money on my nieces and my nephew and my family. So this was challenging for me. So I started a tradition where I was giving them the gift of time. The gift of time meant, especially with my nieces, because there's a lot of them, and I have one nephew, so I did something different with my nephews. So my nieces, they were older. We picked a time and we made crafts together, or we baked cookies together, or we we cooked a meal together. And we still do it to this day. And they are now in their 20s and 30s, actually 20 and 30s. And so we started when they were little, when they were teenagers, I'm going to say, maybe even younger than that. Some of them were probably younger because they range in age. And it's a great, great tradition we still keep up. Another tradition, my husband and I used to take a trip around the holidays. Now, this is different, by the way. We didn't have our children on Thanksgiving. We have a blended family. That's a sad feeling not to have your kids on Thanksgiving. And so we decided we would go down to the wine country. We live in the Finger Lakes, and we would spend a night or two at a hotel and enjoy Thanksgiving together. And I would pack up some cheese and crackers and things like that. It wasn't crazy expensive, and it became a tradition. Now that's a little different, but it was one that was born out of, something that made us feel sad. We now have Thanksgiving with my daughter or our son or one of our kids, but it was really something we enjoyed. We also started a tradition during that weekend. If we didn't go away, that we would redo one of our rooms, like just slap a coat of paint on the wall or declutter a room, rearrange a room, something to beautify the house, to make us feel like, it's fun to just do something different to your house. And so I put up a coat of paint on a wall. We painted lots of rooms over a holiday weekend, a Thanksgiving weekend, because it became a tradition, And then another one I've created a tradition of is Operation Wonderful Winter Wonderland, where I invite my friends to maybe play a board game with me, or I think of things we can do where we can enjoy the winter. And I don't particularly find winters as much fun as summer, and I'm learning to like the cold, and it's not as intuitive. But it really is a fun little tradition, because then I'll incorporate something that's fun that we could do together. Things like play cards with your friends. Everyone brings a dish to pass. White elephant gifts are a blast of a tradition. Listening to music together or creating music together. I have a friend who's musical, and sometimes we'll get together in his house and they'll just start playing their music and we'll sing. It's a really great tradition. We actually have done it a few times together. It's a lovely tradition. Create new traditions. They don't have to cost you money, and you can speak your truth. You could say, I value the gift of time with you more than anything. There's nothing you can give me that equals that. And let's do this together. And one day you'll look back on something you're still doing and you'll say, wow, it's pretty cool that we did that. And I'll tell you, my nieces adore the gift of time. They love it. And as I said, they're older now and they have their own jobs, and they probably can buy whatever they want for themselves, but they can't buy a gift of time with their aunt, right? Who really loves and adores them. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a great, great day and enjoy these holidays. You can enjoy the holidays because you can choose to do that. You could say, I choose to have a wonderful holiday, and I'm breaking up with stress. I'm minimizing my stress, and I'm going to enjoy it, regardless of what's going on in my world. Have a lovely day, my friends. Take care.